Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into the remarkable evolution of Edley Shine, famously known as the Big Voice from Born Jamaicans. As he transitioned to a solo career, how did his musical foundation shape his unique lane, especially considering reggae and hip-hop's changing landscapes?
That's a great starting point. Edley's roots in the 90s fusion sound gave him a rare authenticity. He's like a musical polyglot, fluent in both reggae and hip-hop. Many artists pick one, but Edley built his identity at the intersection, which is both his superpower and a source of unique challenges.
Absolutely, and it's interesting because maintaining that cultural authenticity isn't easy, especially as trends shift. How has Edley managed to stay relevant without compromising his core sound?
He's consistently released music through his own label, Shanieless Records, prioritizing quality over quantity. His lyricism and storytelling are sharp, reflecting real-life experience. While trends come and go, Edley's legacy is built on substance. He's playing for the long game, not just viral moments.
So, in a way, his commitment to legacy over likes sets him apart but also creates its own set of hurdles, right?
Exactly. The industry often rewards short-term virality, but Edley's vision is about creating music that stands the test of time, which requires patience and resilience.
Let's transition to his independent grind. Operating without major label support is empowering, but also incredibly demanding. What are some concrete upsides and downsides Edley faces as a 100% independent artist?
On the plus side, independence gives Edley full creative control and ownership of his work. He can release projects on his own terms. But, as he said, being 100% independent means 100% of the work and sometimes 10% of the spotlight. The marketing muscle just isn't the same.
That's a powerful analogy. In this era, where playlist placement and algorithm visibility matter so much, how does being independent affect his reach compared to industry-backed acts?
It's like rowing against the current. Without major label connections, he often misses out on prime playlist spots and media features. Even with a consistent output, his music can get drowned out in an oversaturated market, dominated by viral acts and marketing dollars.
So, does independence actually enable artists to thrive? Or does it risk them fading into the algorithmic shadows, as Edley puts it?
It's both. Independence lets you build a loyal fanbase and retain integrity, but the lack of cosigns or viral gimmicks can mean slower growth. Edley's journey shows you can have critical respect and still struggle for mainstream recognition.
Building on that, Edley's music bridges reggae, dancehall, and hip-hop, which is a rare blend. How does this genre fusion impact his career trajectory, especially regarding radio play and audience reach?
That hybrid style is both innovative and risky. Radio programmers often prefer clear categories. They want reggae or hip-hop, not an in-between. Edley's music, while rich and layered, sometimes gets sidelined because it doesn't fit neatly into one playlist or station format.
That's a fascinating dilemma. If you're too reggae for hip-hop radio and too hip-hop for reggae radio, does that limit your exposure? Or could it actually attract a more diverse audience over time?
Potentially both. While it may slow mainstream momentum, it cultivates a unique fanbase that appreciates the fusion. Over time, genre lines are blurring. Look at artists like Coffee or Shensia, who cross genres. But Edley was ahead of that curve, and sometimes being first means waiting the longest for recognition.
So, is the industry just slow to adapt? Or are there deeper systemic issues at play regarding genre gatekeeping?
I think it's a bit of both. The industry loves new sounds, but struggles to market what it can't easily label. Edley's experience highlights how pioneers often pave the way for others, even if they don't get the initial credit.
As we wrap up, let's talk about redefining success. Edley Shine prioritizes legacy over fleeting popularity. In an age obsessed with metrics and virality, what lessons can emerging artists draw from his journey?
Edley's path proves that substance matters. He said, "Real doesn't always go viral, especially when you're not playing industry politics." For artists, it's a reminder that building a meaningful catalog and staying true to your vision can pay off in the long run even if it's less glamorous up front.
That's such an important message. Sometimes, the loudest voices online aren't the most impactful. Edley may not be chasing clout, but he's respected as a legend. What practical steps can artists take to balance authenticity with the pressures of today's industry?
Focus on your craft first, though, your lyricism, storytelling, and sound. Cultivate community, even if it's small at first. And embrace new platforms for visibility, but don't compromise your core identity for trends. As Edley shows, credibility can outlast clout.
In other words, playing for legacy may mean a slower climb, but it leads to deeper roots and lasting impact. Thank you for these insights. It's clear Edley Shine's journey offers inspiration and actionable wisdom for any artist navigating their own path.